Hello friends, the topic of the day is Indian judiciary system. Judiciary is one of the three primary pillars of government. Other are legislative and executive. All these three pillars satisfy the check and balance approach of Montesquieu as he mentioned it in his book Spirit of Law. The role of judiciary is to protect the rule of law and ensure supremacy of law. It safeguards rights of citizens, settle disputes in accordance with the law. Indian judiciary is independent, simple and integrated in nature. And it is interpreter and guardian of Constitution of India. Turning the pages of history, we will find kings were almighty for justice. Then Britishers came up with the concept of Supreme Court and Federal Court, that too for their company-related issues. Nonetheless, the first Supreme Court was set up in Calcutta in 1773 and Federal Court in 1937. And the High Court were first set up in three main presidencies, Bombay, Calcutta and Madras under Indian High Court Act 1861. Finally, the Constitution of India in independent India was set up on 26 January 1950 by replacing Federal Court. At present, there are 23 high courts in states and 2 in Union territories. If we look at its constitutionality, Chapter 4 of Part 5 of Constitution of India deals with Supreme Court. Chapter 5 and Chapter 6 of Part 6 of Constitution deal with High Court and Subordinate Court respectively. The structure of judiciary is integrated, having Apex Court as Supreme Court followed by High Court. Both of these courts together is called as higher courts. And its subordinate is subordinate courts, that is district court and session courts. The total number of judges is 34 in Supreme Court and it varies from state to state and district to district for high court and subordinate courts. The judges of higher courts are appointed by the president and for subordinate courts by the governor with the consultation of Collegium and High Court respectively. Look at its jurisdiction. Supreme Court is the final court of appeal and it has the advisory role as well. The jurisdiction of Supreme Court is all over the Indian territory while High Court is in its states. And subordinate courts come under the High Court as district court for civil matters and session court for criminal matters, from where trial is being proceeded. As the main objective of judiciary is to ensure justice to the victim and petitioner plus maintain law enforceability, for which it has evolved and come up with new concepts and procedures like judicial activism, judicial review, public interest litigation, e-courts, promoting arbitration courts, speedy trials. Even government has also amended the constitution and bring matter specialized quasi-judicial body as tribunals like National Green Tribunal, Central Administrative Tribunal and many more for justice with expertise. There are certain challenges too, like low ratio of judges, that is 21 judges per million population, but ideal should be 50 judges per 10 lakh. Pendency of cases is still there. It is being criticized that judiciary is not a democratic body in a democratic country. The cost of justice is sometimes become unbearable for the poor. Language barrier in higher courts. The solution of these problems can be the way forward for judiciary of India, like increasing recruitment and appointment of judges to the court to reach the ideal ratio. Speedy trials, arbitration, tribunals should be prioritized. Timely justice can reduce the cost of justice to much extent. At least all 22 scheduled languages should be the part of the prosecution so that the remote corner victim and petitioner can understand his case processing and judgments. At last, but not at the least, in spite of all this, courts are considered temple of fairness and justice and act as guardians of not only of Constitution of India but also people of India. Thank you.